to send her the world respect. On a personal note, maybe you forgot this, when I was going to Global Coalition for Africa, we came to others for interview or kind of a discussion. The French-speaking countries all of a sudden brought up the language aspect, and you really stood up for it. So thank you very much. It was not the original requirement. Why do you raise it now? Yeah.
In the case of Joyce, as you know, there was an election after she left the country, and there were some small problems. Joyce returned to a tumultuous welcome by her compatriots, and so we believe that she has a future in accordance with her own desires and the will of her people. We had hoped that we would have had several women ready to compete in elections that are coming up. We cannot say for sure that that will not happen in the next 1, 2, 3 years. As a matter of fact, we hope we can do everything to make it happen. But we're not going back. There's a stall. That stall will re-energize us and make us even more motivated to accelerate our effort, because we believe that women all across the continent that have the required competence, record, drive, commitment, and have already established themselves in their countries as leaders. We seek not only leaders for the presidency, but we seek leadership for parliament, for businesses, for the churches, for all aspects of the society, because we believe that equity demands it, and that we have earned it in all the many years where we allowed male domination to go unchallenged. Now we are challenged.
Thank you so much for the response, ma'am. But why is it that governments seem to be beating or seem to be more open towards women empowerment as opposed to private sector?
It's because many women have not gone into business at the levels of leadership, not only in Africa. If you look at across the world, there was just a meeting of CEOs of emerging venture funds. And they said, of all the CEOs, of all the participating venture funds in that meeting, only 14% were women. So that challenge is not a challenge to Africa, it's a challenge to the world. And so the fight, if you may call it that, is taking place all around. I always remind our American friends that Liberia beat them to it.
Well, I'm informed globally by my colleagues, this is supposed to be a handbag made in America.
Very well.
Yeah, remember your
Thank you so much, President. I'm grateful. It shall always be in our memory and without gratitude. Mr. President, this is it's if I'm correct and I'm remembering well, it should be a nice replica of our seal. Something that we gave to our favorite partners and friends.
Thank you very much.
And this is a Liberian tradition. Liberians make quilts. And this goes back to our history, when the women with not too much use scraps of cloth to be able to weave a blanket, a covering for them. And it became a tradition that was even played up by a quilt was given to the Queen of England. And recently BBC had a story on Liberian quilt, which they put on that. So, Madam, with our thanks and appreciation for all that she has done to be a part of